Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy L to the Izzo Ella. If you know, on the On the Way Up podcast. How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Sunday. What's happening, y'all? Oh man, I got a nice one for y'all, man. Is the black culture trash? And what is the black culture? Generational curses. Got this instrumental going, thinking y'all about to get me with a 16. I ain't a rapper. Maybe another time. What's happening, man? Yeah, so what's the deal, man? Look, something that I was listening to from another podcast. Shout out to Podcastic. They was talking about generational curses and is black culture trash and what is black culture. That was something that I just been thinking about. But I'm gonna get into the generational curses that I think we're still continuing. It's my opinion. You know, this generation, my generation, speaking of the people who were born in like the mid to late 70s, all 80s babies, right? And partially 90s babies. I'll say all the way to the mid 90s. So mid 70s to mid 90s, who, mostly are the people who have children. We speak about breaking generational curses. But I see a lot of generational curses that still are going on, man. We still trying to break all these separate households that we have. Mommy's house, daddy's house. We still have that going on to this day. We still have that going on till this day. We still have a lot of single, independent women still raising boys till this very day, even girls or both. We got to get out of this funk. How do we get out of it? Is just doing the opposite of the shit that we are aligned with or adjusted to or taught. It's kind of hard because sometimes some of this shit just come natural. Like, you ever catch yourself just acting like your parent? Like, damn, that's some shit my mom would say, or that's some shit my dad would do. Damn. Yeah. Unconsciously, we do things like our parents without even knowing it. Fellas, I know it's a lot of times we go with these situations where, or we're going through these situations where you have your co-parent that you chose to sleep with and have a kid by, put you through the ringer just to get parenting time. Or they just withholding the child just because they don't like your lifestyle, they don't like you moved on with someone, they're bitter about the situation, and we tend to give up. I would attest to that. Not to say that I gave up on my son, because I still call him. I don't call him like I should. Honestly, I'm being real with you. You know what I'm saying? On this show, I give you me and I give you 100% me. I don't call my son as much as I should with the communication, because at the same time, I feel as though that as much as I communicate with my boy, he doesn't communicate back. A lot of times I text him, he don't respond back until a day later. I'll call him, he may pick up. And then if he does call me back, it's a day later or later on or, whatever. But it's just like sometimes I just feel like you keep reaching out. And then when you don't get that, that answer back or that response, you tend to say, fuck it. You tend to not deal with a lot of shit. And it's the same attitude probably our dads had, man. And dads before us. A lot of us men say, fuck it, I'm not about to go through this headache with this chick. I'm not about to sit up in here and stress myself out and go to the hospital all because she's bitter and mad, or she wants to control me and control the narrative and control everything. I'm not doing nothing. A lot of guys have that mentality where they say, fuck it. ladies, and they just going about their business because they just not dealing with your shit. I am one of those, and I know quite a few of people who have that same mentality. You know what? I'm just gonna keep doing me because I'm not about to sit up in here and live my life to feeling like you can control me, and you can't. It's the problem with a lot of you ladies. You want to control us through our children. You want to dangle our children around to try to gain some sort of control because the man left or y'all split up, and you might have thought that you guys were getting back together, but he like, no, I'm out, I'm done. So you want to use children, to control. That's a curse that came from the generation before us, bro. A lot of our parents, we may not know it, but when you get back into those conversations like I did with my dad, and I started to see where his position was, see where he was coming from with it, and seeing like, oh, okay. And it's like, damn, it was all about control. We gotta stop all that, man. We gotta stop this control factor with when it comes to trying to, finagle our fathers with these kids, man. It's a generational curse that is never been, I ain't gonna say never been broken, but it's just continuously keep going on. And when those things happen, there's a lot of effects, right? You leave the boys they have to be raised by women, and then they start acting like women, and you wonder why they're acting like women. It's because a lot of boys had to figure a lot of shit out, and they seen how their mothers struggled. They seen how their mothers react. That's why it's important for the fathers to be around and be a father, because they need to see a man to be a man. It's not just about teaching. Teaching is key. That is very important. But the other important factor is letting a boy see a man, be a man. He sees it, he's going to more than likely implement it. But if not, and he's seeing how a woman reacts to things, then chances are he's going to be like that mother, that woman, and you're wondering why he's like a woman. Case in point, the daughters, the women, you're the same way. I don't need no man. I can do it all by myself. I'm independent. I'm strong. You see your mother behave that way. You took on the same attitude, thinking that was exactly, and that's conducive, and that's how a woman should move. Be combative. Fighting men. Arguing. Boasting and bragging about I thought I heard something. Anywho, boasting and bragging about being strong and independent. When in fact that's not that important, in my opinion. It's not that important about being strong and independent. We know that, being strong and independent is cool and all to the point where you're an adult. You're an adult, you're supposed to be strong and independent. Right? At some point when you turn 25, 26, 27, 30, you're supposed to be independent, and why not be strong out here in this world? So it's like, okay, yeah, you want to be strong, right? So there's nothing to boast and brag about being strong and independent. Don't nobody care about that. That's a curse that we need to break. Ladies' behavior, men's behavior. So that's where all this generational thing ties in, is because that we are still continuing on that same factor. You still have a lot of ladies out here that are raising these boys, and the difference between like the fathers back then and the fathers now, a lot of the fathers back then was just ghosting. Like, fuck it, I'm out. I don't want to have nothing. I ain't calling, I ain't sending nothing. I'm just gone, and that's it. But there are men out here who really want to be fathers to their kids, and y'all not allowing them to, because y'all just have some sort of bitterness. And so there's another thing where you have mommy's house, daddy's house. Why is your son acting this way? It's because you're not letting him be a father to his kids, to his boys. Some point, ladies, you gotta let the boys just be with their dads. I think it should be a law where at some point, if you're not remarried or you're married or whatnot, and there's not a man, a good father figure around, at some point, you just gotta let that dad just be a dad. Like, go let him be with him. Now, fellas, like, I gotta start holding us accountable too, because we're not behaving in a way that our son should see us in a way to be actually men out here in these streets. Now, when I was single, back in my single days, there was a certain behavior I didn't want my son to see, and it wasn't just because it was wrong. It was wrong in hindsight because I shouldn't have been maneuvering that way. I should have just been focusing just 100% on me and still doing what I was doing as far as my career, but just 100% focusing on me and getting what I wanted to do, like what I'm doing now. I should have been doing that 10 years ago, or maybe 8 years ago, So I would say when it comes down to, getting our boys, man, stop showing them the bullshit. Pick your pants up. You know what I'm saying? Show them things like teaching them shit like it's important for you to pump gas instead of your girlfriend pumping the gas. Teaching them finance, teaching them, how to dress, groom themselves properly. Because these kids out here just dressing all kind of terrible. Teach them some fucking respect for their elders. You see a lot of these young boys out here nowadays, man, they ain't got no respect, bro. No respect when it comes to our elderly people. They ain't got no respect. They don't give a fuck about nothing. I remember being that way. So I understand. But the reason is because of how I seen my father move and what he did. That affected me. So, prime example. I didn't want my son to see me in a light where I was bringing in different chicks or had different chicks around coming to the crib. Right? That wasn't conducive for me because I thought that wasn't going to show him any stability. His mom on the other end, it's another story. But for me, his dad, I didn't want him to see me as a man moving that way. I didn't want to show him player life. Because honestly, player life is the bullshit that we was doing back in the day because of the culture. I'll get into that later. I didn't want him to see that. I didn't think that was good for a young boy to see. So I kept that away so that way he doesn't, daddy works, daddy goes, we go out and have fun. He gives me chores, cooks, whatever. I show him what I need to show him the right way. But the bullshit, I'm not showing him that. Because I don't want him to live that. I don't want him to think that is okay and that is cool. Now, like, again, I can't say what, when you got parents and they're not here with it when it comes to raising children, that's out of your hands, man. That's why we got to stop. Another generational curse, man. Stop just sleeping with, fellas, come on, man. You see what this is doing. You see how these ladies are. You see what they got going on. They care about that child support check. They care about it. Some of y'all not getting shit. Most of y'all are getting a little something that you don't deserve. But then that's all that they care about. That child support check. What you getting a month. What you giving a month. That's all they give a fuck about. They don't give about nothing else. So start vetting these women, man. Just because they got a fat ass, nice face, don't trust them and think that they conducive for you, bro. Ladies, Stop having babies with these sucker ass fuck niggas that y'all complain about every fucking day. Y'all complain about fuck niggas all the time, right? He ain't shit. He a fuck boy. But you had a kid with him. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but you had kid or kids with this same fuck nigga. And the nigga and the chicks who around the area, oh damn, she fumbled that nigga, I'ma get him. And then you end up having to get a kid with him, and then you see how much of a fuck nigga he is, and now both of y'all dealing with this fuck nigga. If he ain't bringing no type of leadership, he ain't got no plan to lead you in a certain way that you will want to be led, right? You ladies want to be led, but you give out no standards of how or what direction that you would like to be led. You don't ask a man what's his plan for 5-10 years down the line. You don't ask those kind of questions. You just what that dick game be like. Oh, we got some Cardis. Oh, we got a little bit of cash. Oh, we got a little decent job, nice car. Okay, got a nice little, new apartment. We can shack up. That ain't the leadership. That ain't leadership, nigga. If you have a plan in place for yourself, you have certain standards, and you want to be led a certain way, let that be known in the first fucking place. And if that's not what he's bringing to you, get the fuck on. Start sleeping with every nigga just because he got bread. We teaching our young boys that, oh yeah, man, be pimps, fuck with all the hoes, get all the hoes you can, sleep with all the girls. And we teaching all the girls, oh, run up that bag. If you got that bag, get it, girl, get it, twerking. I'm you a boss bitch. How? How you a boss bitch and you ain't got shit? That's just for real. Like, that don't make no sense. And that leads into, what I want to talk about with the culture. Black culture to me is trash, bro. It is absolutely trash. Without a doubt. It's trash. It is completely trash. I'm jealous of other cultures. Honestly, I am. I'm jealous because they have structure. We don't have no fucking structure. We don't have no structure. We don't have no integrity. We don't have no dignity. No sense of pride of nothing. No morals. We don't have none of that shit. We treat each other like shit, bro. Call ourselves niggas. Black women call ourselves boss bitches, and they pride to be bitches. Like, that shit ain't, what is that? That ain't nothing of something to be proud of in the culture. And honestly, my opinion, black culture is just whatever the music say. Whatever the music giving you, that's what the culture is. Because that's how everybody live. Money, cash, hoes. That was our era, right? Money, cash, hoes. Trying to get all the girls. Getting all the girls, end up with a lot of baby mamas out here, a lot of babies born out of wedlock out here. And any type of good conscious hip hop, that's the whack shit. We don't like nothing that has substance to it. We like the ignorant bullshit. Again, we treat ourselves with so much disrespect. It's fucking pathetic, especially when it comes to black men and black women. We just clashing for what? The family structure will never be restored because of feminism and this I'm a boss bitch and men are not being men. And we're not getting back to how things supposed to be, how it should be, back in those Black Wall Street days. Where women fell in line with their men because their men were being men. Not being these sucker ass niggas, wanna be fuck boys, fucking around with all different type of chicks just because they got money and all that bullshit. And the women just like, fuck it, I don't care, you got that bread, I don't care. Like, man, we gotta get some respect in here, man. And we wonder why everybody else don't respect us. We wonder why the white folks and Indians and everybody else don't have no respect for us. Look how the fuck we act, bro. We don't know how to act. We don't know how to go nowhere and act. Case in point, Going to the club down there in South Beach that just got shot up. We going to the club. What's the point of going to the club? The club is to, hang out. You had a long week. You want to let your hair down. You know what I'm saying? Look nice in your best shit. Hang out with the fellas. Try to get on a couple ladies. Talk to them. Do your thing for the night. If not, oh well, go home. The point is to go home. But no, somebody want to bring the gun and just shoot up the club. All because somebody might have spilled your drink or looked at you wrong, or somebody talking to your girl in the club. You bring your girl to the club, somebody talking to your girl. That's the whole point of the fucking club, is the mix and mingle. That's it. Not to go up in here, oh man, I'm about to go shoot this bitch up. Like, for what? For what? Another thing I saw on Facebook. It was a video. It was two black chicks and a dude versus this one black chick, right? And the dude was a sucker. Because it was already two of the homegirls, and then you jumping in to jump this one girl. Sucker. Leaving the son, and there's a son, right? He had to be no older than about 3. I'd say about 3 years old, maybe 2. He just sitting there watching. They in the Foot Locker just duking it out. They tearing up shit, running into shit, tearing up shoes, flying everywhere. And I'm the whole time, I'm just like, oh my God, the baby and the baby right all in the mix. They just duking, don't care. The baby right there. White folks just sitting here watching this shit. And it took a white lady to be like, oh my God, your baby. Look. White lady grabbed the baby. Now you mad at the white lady because she grabbed your baby that's watching it in the mix of y'all acting like fucking animals. They call us animals because we acting like it. We give them a reason for them to call us niggas. Because we don't have no fucking decorum out here, dog. We don't have no type of dignity, man. We don't walk in no type of dignity. And that's what I think about the black culture. It's fucking trash. You want to look at me a certain way because I'm chilling. I'm in starters, right? Now, this was a Monday. A Monday. Sitting here ordering food for me and my wife to go. She at home. I'm just coming from seeing the baby. I got on my work clothes. I work in a office building, so I got office attire on. Some nice little slacks and some loafers or whatever I had on that day. Button up, looking real business-like. A professional. 3 dudes walk in. One of the dudes looking at me. Ice grill. I ain't got on no ice, no Cardi, no none of that, bro. I'm minding my fucking business. You want to ice grill me for what? For what? For what? This is the only culture, and I hang out with a lot of people. A lot of people, bro. Especially white folks. White folks don't act like this. Now, I'm not saying that they act better, they do things better, but they don't act like how we act, bro. I've hung around Arabics. I've hung around other cultures, bro. They don't act like this. Ice grilling other dudes. It's a whole room full of women in here. You want to look at the nigga who got on khakis ordering food to go. Because it was like a club that night. It was like, because they had a DJ and everything going. So it was chicks at the bar, you know what I'm saying? If I was on some single shit, I'd have went to the bar and, got me a little drink or something. And would have kicked it till my food was ready. But I'm married. So I'm just sitting in the lobby waiting. But you see the atmosphere. The atmosphere was nice. The ambiance was nice. It was pumping. But dude, you got an ice grill me though? What's up? Why do black men need attention from other black men? I never understood that. Why do we need attention? Why do you want to seek attention from other black men? Why do you want to compete with other black men? Why do you want to compete with each other? Why are we building with each other? Another generational curse. Another reason why the black culture is trash. We don't want to build with each other with something important like real estate. But we want to build with each other to go get a bottle. Go get some weed. We want to build that way, but we don't want to build on some shit that's honestly important. I don't get this, bro. Like, I don't understand how we move. And at the same time, again, we want respect. Fuck all that. Because I'd rather just align with people. Now, I'm black first. But what's in the heart is what matters. Because I had white folks that have done more for me than black people, period. Helped me out in many ways, especially when it came to my career. And I got to give the start of my career is my brother-in-law. He the one who helped me out. But as far as the networking is concerned and getting acquainted with other people, is, oh man, it's white folks. Or other ethnicities. Some black folks, yeah, I'm not gonna just count us all out. You know, there are some good apples, but there's a lot of bad ones, and you have to go. You bad apples, you need to go. Go away. I'm sick of the nigga shit. Nigga shit is just utterly ridiculous. Even doing business with black folks sometimes can just be like, oh, come on, draining, man. I had a situation where guy had an ad up for some shoes that I wanted, and I had 2 pairs of valuable shoes that I could trade for that 1 pair. Because it was just the value. So I'm like, you know what? These some good value shoes. I told him like, hey, look, bro, I got this trade offer. I got these 2 kicks for that 1. These are some good shits, bro. What you trying to do? All right, what size are they? They both 9.5s. What's up? All right, bet. I'm down for it. Let's meet so-and-so and me here and so-and-so. All right, bet. Cool. I get to the spot at the time that he set. He was cool with meeting. Then all of a sudden, no communication. Oh shit. My bad. But no communication at all. Stop responding in the text messaging and everything. And I'm sitting here waiting. I was waiting a whole hour, bro, and didn't get no response from this cat. Black dude. I've done that with many white folks. Never had that happen. It's always us. Then he want to hit me up hours later talking about he had a situation with his daughter. That's fine, because shit happens and I understand. But bro, you had something on the table. And you had something on the table that fast. It was only an hour and a half, bro. Do understand things can happen. But still, communicate, my man. Because I'm starting to feel like, because that has happened before with somebody, oh, something came up with my family. That's starting to be like the nigga excuse. So the other person can be like, oh, you know what, damn, you know what, all right, I can sympathize with that. Yeah, man, you know, take care of your family, bro, because I understand. But at the same time, man, no, fuck that. If there's money on the table and there's a deal, then you need to goddamn start speaking and say, hey, look, hey, bro, I know we had a deal on the floor, but this and that and the third, because business is business. Period. Business is business. And if you have business on the floor, then you gotta fucking communicate and say something. We don't talk and communicate with each other. Again, we do bad business. We don't build effectively. We want to build on drinks and smoking, and we know how that goes. At the end of the day, everybody drinking and smoking, and at the end something happens, fight, stabbing, shooting. We ended up in the same places. I don't know, man. We got to get it together. I would like us to get back to us being a family. Men, we need to be leaders, including myself. Be better leaders. Women, we need you to fall in place. And if there's something wrong, if something needs to be said, say it effectively. I'm no longer accepting people, grown people, having things to say and they act a certain way without saying it. They just have an attitude or start acting different or just being funny without explanation of nothing of what's wrong. That's what kids do. We're grown. Kids behave that way. Kids don't know how to effectively express themselves emotionally. That's what children do. Grown-ups should know how to effectively communicate and say what's wrong with them if they have a problem, if something is bothering them, something is wrong. Pull them to the side. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be disrespectful. None of that. An asshole or female being. You don't have to be a B word. You ain't got to be none of that. Talk effectively. Speak clear. Let them know what's up. Let them know what you expect and what your demands are. And I think a lot of this shit would, honestly, in my opinion, be better. Stop trying to sleep with everybody's girlfriends and shit, baby mamas. Sleeping man. Good luck with that one. My son, Mom, good luck with that one. I ain't getting into that, but good luck with that one. Stop being your parents. Be yourselves. Everything that we have witnessed growing up wasn't conducive or wasn't right. So we need to start making it right. We have already gone to a point where we're doing the the gentle parenting shit. And y'all think that this gentle parenting shit is what's working and not breaking the generational curse. Fuck out of here. That shit ain't doing a motherfucking thing but raising your blood pressure. Because these kids ain't fucking listening to you. And they ain't doing what the fuck that you telling them to do. Everybody want to be gentle parents. That shit ain't working. Now, I had to revert to it because my son was starting to be scared of me. And I'm like, I don't want my son to be scared of me, but I just want him to know, like, I'm not bullshitting. And I got that already. So I don't need to whoop my son's ass. I don't need to. I don't need to do none of that. Because my kids know if you get out of line, I'm going to really fuck you up. Because if I tell you I'm going to fuck you up, I'm going to really do it. I ain't going to just sit here and be just blowing smoke. I'm going to really do it. My bonus kids never gave me that to where I had to, get into them like that. Sometimes I'd be one to yoke them up, but I don't have to. And then there's a certain thing, a certain way you have to be as a bonus parent. You can't really effectively go 100% like you would really want to, but you have to, finesse your way in there. Now, if your own kids, oh shit, it's fair game. And my son Boogie, he knows what the fucking deal is. My daughter will know what the deal is. I'm not gonna just be whooping her or nothing like that, but she gonna know who daddy is. She gonna know daddy ain't for the bullshit. That you can know that for sure. All around in general, ladies and gentlemen, let's start doing better and let's start getting into the generational curses that we're honestly trying to break. Because at the end of the day, if you see how things are going, we're still continuing on those generational curses. There's still two separate households. There's still men out here not being fathers. There's still mothers out here pushing fathers away, being bitter. There's no respect within our kids. There's no respect in this community for the young children. They're not respecting us at all. And gentle parenting is one factor of it. We got to show them something. Sometimes kids need the chastising. They need it. They ask for it without even asking for it. So that's me all in a nutshell on how I feel about the generational curses and the black community and the No, the black culture. Excuse me. It is absolutely trash, and it should be thrown away and reorchestrated to something that's more positive and something that's conducive to get us back into family structurehood. You dig? But I don't want to hold y'all too long, man, and keep going because I'll go forever talking about this. But thank you so much for tuning in. This is your boy L to the Izzo on the On the Way Up show. And I just want to thank my supporters and listeners for, giving me the time to share my thoughts and feelings about certain topics. Thank you for subscribing and sharing the videos and liking the videos. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel, man. I want some more interaction with my listeners. Those who do vibe with me, say something in the comments, man, and let's vibe out. Let me know how you feel. Everything that I say isn't right. It's just my opinion. So let me know how you feel in the comments. Let's converse and have some conversation, some dialogue, and learn and build instead of destroying each other and continuing the generational curses. You dig? All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all next week. Holla at your boy. Low that. Today's kicks are brought to you by Nike Air Raids, the Ray Gun edition. Get it? Ray Gun. Fresh Kick Sunday. Woo-hoo!